You know we gonna hit that portal like it hadn't been hit before. You know that.
The fact, Deion Sanders and Colorado are synonymous with the transfer portal, and so is my channel. So today what we're going to do is talk about the most impactful transfer portal players in Colorado spring football. Shout out to Mad Dog for giving me this idea. He did the general most impactful players for Colorado spring football. Make sure y'all watch that video. We're going to start with the new coaches and Demonte Pecco, as well as Gunnar White on the offensive line side, and then Marshall Faulk. They're going to talk to us about how they're going to improve the running game from Colorado. Then we're going to take a trip with Coach Sapp on his view through spring football practice and talk about the new transfers, including Jaheim Otis, Lightfoot, and a plethora of other big bad dogs. I appreciate y'all watching these videos. Let's start off with Mr. Demonte.
Yeah, man, it's a really good group, man. We got a lot of seniors on our group. I think we got like 5 to 6 seniors in our D-line group, and we got some young guys as well, so it's a good mix. But I'm really when you have a lot of seniors, when you have a lot of guys that this is their last year, their last chance to make it, it brings out the best in everybody. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about our room is the competition that we have. Right now it's our second day of spring ball, and you can see that the juices were flowing today. Guys are playing a little bit faster, and but I really love our room. We got a good group of dudes that are hungry, and coming from Dallas to here, it's a big difference, you know what I mean? Because guys in the league, they're kind of already there. They're making a lot of money, you know what I mean? They're at the top, you know what I mean? So coming here, these guys are trying to get to the top, so they're so much hungrier here. And just listen to your every word, and I'm excited that they're showing it on film, man. When you tell somebody in the classroom, hey, do this, do that, and they're going out there second day of spring ball and they're executing it, that's what makes my day. So I'm excited for our group. I think it's going to be a group that leads us because I feel like the best teams are led from the front. So we're going to definitely take lead and try to lead from the front here.
And here's Gunnar White, the new offensive line coach, and his perspective on running the ball.
Running the ball. Like, we have to run the ball. Like, that's a non-negotiable. Like, we had 2 of the best players in college football last year, and, of course, we're going to utilize that, right? And so if it's a weapon and a strength, why leave it on the table? But we have to run the ball, and the team has to depend on the offensive line this year for us to be successful like we're planning and hope to be.
And finally, Marshall Faulk on running the ball.
I just think if you're not trying to improve, then you're getting worse. Even if I came in here and we were coming off being, top 10, top 5, I'm still looking at where can we improve. That's the idea, and that's the mindset that we have to have, and that's what we want to instill in the football players that we bring in here and that we coach. I don't care how good you are. It's how much better can we make you? Where can you get better? And if that's all you do is focus on the things that you do well, then you're not improving. I got to take your weakness and turn it into a strength, and that's the idea of what we want to do. And I believe I'm here, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. As you guys look at, and I can't change what you thought about the run game last year, but we're going to be better. I can guarantee you, we are going to be better.
Now, that's a lot of guarantees, and I don't need to talk and absolutely preach to you the fact that the running game has been abysmal for Colorado in both seasons, in the 4-8 season and the 9-4 season. It seems like they just can't get it done on the front line. So what has Deion Sanders in Colorado done in a response to that? Well, you've got people like Tavion Coleman, and this is the defensive line and offensive line. Even though, surprising, I thought the defensive line was one of the bright points from Colorado last year. Maybe Warren Sapp had a lot to do with that. We're about to get right into there. But just kind of going over the lineman transfer, you have Tavion Coleman out of Texas Tech. You got Zarin McGill out of Louisiana Tech. You got Xylon Chrysler out of, I believe that is the Fighting Illini. You also have Mani Tamani, and I'm probably butchering these names, out of Ole Miss. You have Aki out of Texas A&M. I'm not going to say anything else. Gabriel Lightfoot out of Fresno State, as well as Jaheim Otis out of the University of Alabama. Alabama stole Nikai Hill-Green, but Colorado gets him right in return. Before we get deeper into it, first off, just want to say prayers out to Makari Vickers. He is a transfer from from Oklahoma to Colorado, who just recently had heart surgery, looking on a speedy fast recovery there. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get into the big boys. This is my line of, duty. This is my favorite stuff, not only because Warren Sapp was somebody that I looked up to a lot growing up, but also just because I played a little bit of a defensive line in high school in my aspiring D3 days. So we're going to get in here with Coach Sapp. We're going to look at spring football from his perspective, watch what the big boys get into, because there's a lot of big boy transfers, and then go over the transfers there, all right?
Anything to make them better. Anything to keep working. 2 on top of the plug, it's off of the
It's
load.
for the kickers. I think it's for the kickers. I know. I was gonna pick it up too. I'm pretty sure that's for that. My bad.
All right, I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it look down.
Coach getting in trouble with Coach. Nobody respects kickers, man. I'm sorry. And they're playing copyrighted music, so just in case, I don't want to get sniped up. But man, kickers that's just the name of the game, man. You're always gonna get there go Jaheim Otis. You're just gonna get the bad end of the stick there. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on them.
You gotta go, Bob. You gotta go.
Hey guys, are you practicing to practice or are you practicing to be great?
There it is.
Here we go. A little individual.
Turn
You know
it,
what I'm saying?
Hold in. Let's go. There it is.
See, Coach Sapp is important. You got to have a defensive line coach like this that always has the energy. There's gonna be days, spring practice. Hey man, I don't want to do this. I'm ready for spring break. I need one more up out of you. And Warren Sapp, I think, is that type of coach that he gonna get it up out of you.
There it reach. There it is. There we go. Club with the outside. There we go. They should have sacked with the inside, and we clubbing with the outside. Turn. It's easy.
Turn and run.
There you go.
See Pecco in there too. There you go, Light. That's Gabriel Lightfoot.
Line it, we go. There it is, right there. Put on that line and we go. Come back.
Now, and I think it's clear to see. You know what I'm saying? But the energy that Warren Sapp has, man, and I know he's not the defensive line coach. I think he's technically still what's it called? What's it called? I think he's technically still an analyst. But the energy, the comfortability, the fact that he has a gold jacket, like you can see that he's basically the leader of this defensive line group, right? I wouldn't say the leader of the defense, but the leader of this defensive line group, the familiarities there. And I think that's great because I think Warren Sapp knows what to do to take a step back when Pecco needs to be that guy. But Pecco's a little more soft spoken. He's probably a little more technical, but it feels like the roles are a little reversed energy wise. Now the coaches do so much stuff. Coaches do so many things behind the scenes that you don't know. So I'm sure he's doing the head coach, defensive line stuff. That's paperwork and this and academics and yada yada yada. So I don't want to undersell Pecco. I'm sure he's doing a phenomenal job. And I think the reason that Warren Sapp can have that energy is the reason why Pecco can be great in other ways. Just like Marshall Faulk was alluding to. Hey, how can we take advantage of what we don't have, right? Pecco might not be the loudest and proudest or whatever, but the technicality, you can see him. Hey, he's in their ear though. He's right there. And when you have somebody yelling in energy and football is a lot of that. Football is a lot of just energy and yelling, let's go. But a lot of that is just BS. It's just to get you through the day. The reason why you yelling and doing all that stuff, because if you did this half-ass, not only would it be awful, but it would be way more boring. It would be way longer. It'd be way worse. So it's a morale thing that Warren Sapp brings. So don't get it. And check out DC Robert Livingston, back there just chilling. But you know what I'm saying? Those different energies for different stuff. It's just great to see. This is a you want different flavors like this in a football team.
There you go, you big old hip. You
The big old hip monk.
Hip, let's go. Fight, boys, fight.
That's what I'm talking about. You got Jaheim chopping it up.
Look at him. I gotta take it. That's what I'm going to show you the vision that I want to. You go from there. I want you to do this. But I'm here, and he there.
Little team time. What's up, Bucky? What's going on, Bucky? Max Gashin. I love the beef on this. I've said this a few other times, but that has a lot to do with Jaheim and the fact. Hey, y'all get that. Get the rookie out of there, man. Get the rookie out of there, man. Trappy. I believe that's a transfer as well. I believe that's a transfer. So. Hey, yeah. He said, turn and run. You better get up out of there. There goes Byron Leftwich. A lot of beef on the inside. Look at a big boy, big body.
Your head shouldn't be in there. Your head shouldn't be in there. They ain't giving you a hand. How they grabbing your head?
I said, what's up, power?
Why are we powering? They ain't giving you a hand. Not me. You know what that's me. Let go. On the back. Hey, don't worry about that. Coming. My boy will take that in there. He's setting the edge round. Let's go.
Man, this is if you like football, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Like I said, I'm jumping around. We watched too much of it. It's just too entertaining. I love Warren Sapp was somebody I looked up to. You know what I mean? I wanted to be a defensive lineman. I'm sure a lot of people who watch football looked up to him and the tenacity that he played with. And it's great to see him instilling that love for the game into others in the way that it's done. So let's talk about more specifically about these transfers. You got Mr. Transfer Tavion Coleman out of Texas State. Here he is early on getting some lifting going, right? Showing that he could throw up 315. He can do whatever, you know what I'm saying? He can make it happen. So clearly some strength there. Now the transfer portal is about to reopen, and it doesn't seem like he's been getting as much play time. I believe he's number 94. And guys, correct me in the comments because y'all usually do a good job of correcting me. But so I hope he doesn't transfer, because what I'm saying is it looks like you have a lot of depth, because you go to Jaheim Hodis, who's just a unit on the inside, one of the defensive tackles. You got Jaheim Hodis here, and another transfer, Reginald Hughes. But again, we're talking about the big bodies. That he's showing off as well. The strength, a bit of the leadership, the vocality. He's a guy who's gone. He been viral. I'm not sure I remember this one. This was this wasn't Vine days, this was TikTok days, but I remember this was hilarious. Can you guess who the Alabama transfer is? That was a funny video, but he's been making a great impact on the inside too. You also see him, he's not just making an impact when it comes to like the defensive line and XYZ. He's been very vocal too, not just with play. I think the size presence is great. So that's important when you talk about fearing someone transferring, right? I think the reason I fear Tavion transferring is because I don't really see him in the videos much. That boy dipping from the camera, and that could just mean he don't want to be on the camera record or whatever. And I really mean I just haven't seen him playing as much. But with Jaheim, he's talking to Warren Sapp. It doesn't feel like he's trying to get attention. It just feels like, hey, I'm in the lab. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be a part of this team. That's some good stuff that you love to see. So far, what it looks like on early on in spring practice for the starters, you got Jordan Seaton at the left tackle, you got Kareem Harden, Cash Cleveland, of course, from last year, and then Zy Chrysler, the transfer, and then Mana Tamani, another transfer, one out of Ole Miss. So speaking of the offensive line side, Gunnar White mentioned Cash Cleveland, Zy Chrysler, and Man. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name, dog. I'm awful with names. And Mana as team leaders up front alongside Jordan Seaton. And it's great because Jordan Seaton was already known to be a bit of a leader last year, right? And the fact that he's just growing into this, where he's he's growing up fast, right? He's already a vet, right? He was an All-Pro, freshman All-Pro, freshman All-American last year. Had a great game and it really lived up to the great game, a great season, lived up to his 5-star billing and his IMG billing. And I think Cash Cleveland is coming into his own as well. I think that little bit of continuity, a little bit of a knowledge there is going to be great. So shout out to those newcomers on the offensive line side. They're already making an immediate impact. So last one on the defensive line side, we have Gabriel Lightfoot, someone who's also been getting a lot of play time that I've been seeing too. Goes back to what I was talking about, depth. In the world of college football, in the Nick Saban regime eras, the way that he won was having depth, was having multiples of big boys, big bodies to come in and cycle in, and then they have enough players that they can just outwork you at that point, right? And I think Colorado, if everything lasts in transporting, you never know, I think they're building at least a defensive line that is going to have a lot of depth, because you go to Gabriel Lightfoot, who's also being a bit of a vocal leader as well. This is what you want, man. And he talked about somebody leading from the inside or leading from the front. And these are players who are leading in multiple ways, whether it's on the field, off the field, during conditioning. And to close out here, we'll listen to why Gabriel Light from Fresno State, the standout, decided to go ahead and join Colorado.
I felt like it was a place for me just because of the atmosphere, honestly. It's a winning atmosphere. They're on the rise. Everybody wants to be part of the Buffs. Why not? Who doesn't want to be with prime time? The coaching staff's over here great. We got years and years of NFL experience. We have coaches that just came from the NFL. It's a great place. I mean, the city's beautiful. I love the nature out here. Colorado is a great place. They take care of me here, man. We're going to turn a lot of heads this season. I mean, we're already turning a lot of heads, but even more so. Yeah, we're looking good up front. We definitely added some other key guys, and I feel like we're going to make a shot. I feel like we're going to win the Big 12. Then we're going to have a shot at the Natty as well. So, like, everybody buy that and everybody works hard. You feel me? And that's just what it is, and that's what it's going to have to be if we want to get to that point. And that's where it felt like home. That's where I ended up. So this is where I felt loved the most. This is where I felt needed the most.
You love to hear that. And go check out his full video again. That's just a little clip. Shout out to Check Out the Truth. He does a lot of clipping on Twitter too. But you love to hear that when I talk about that next layer of attachment in the world of the transfer portal era, like he has some confidence. He's like, hey, dog, we're great up front. Like, we can really do this. And seeing that that's really what they're leading with. If you've been watching football long enough, if you went up front, it's going to be hard to lose any other games unless your name's Iowa. So appreciate y'all watching these videos. Shout out to all the Colorado fans. Shout out to y'all having a great spring practice. The Texas spring practice coming up, so I will do a video about that. I already did the Florida State spring practice. So is there any other springs y'all want me to check on? Let me know. I got pro day videos coming out. I'm going to try to keep up with that as well with the draft stuff. Anything y'all want me to check out, man, comment down below. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy the college football content, draft coverage, updates, NIL, transfer portal. We do all types of stuff, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I know you're great. You know you're great. Go show them you're great, all right? Peace.